Ladies and gentlemen, it is the most beautiful summer day today, and in today's video I kind of want to talk about my filming setup in the helicopter, how I film audio and video in the helicopter. The reason I did this, I originally started filming flights while I was a student, and specifically during auto rotations. For anyone that doesn't know, an auto rotation is a fast-paced maneuver that we do in the helicopter, and I was really struggling with them. So my instructor recommended that I film it so that I could slow it down, rewind it while I was at home. I could kind of decompress and then watch it a couple times over, and it worked wonders for me. It's really what enabled me to be able to do them successfully. So I started filming videos, and that was just with the video portion. I didn't have audio at that point, and I was able to be successful with that. Well, then I started to have a little bit of fun with that, and I started to kind of get into video creation, so I ended up starting to record audio, and I just want to talk you through the setup and how it's evolved till now. So all of my GoPro footage from inside the aircraft comes from the GoPro Hero 8, just the regular black GoPro Hero 8. Nothing special, or the Hero 8 Black. Let's see if you can see that. There you go. The reason I use the Hero 8 Black is because it is the most affordable but high quality enough camera to get what I'm looking for. Now I think the 9 and the 10s and maybe the 11s already exist now. I don't really keep up with it, but the 8s are a little bit older, but they still shoot in 4K and they've got hyper smooth and it looks really good, and I don't need everything else that they have, so the 8s work perfect for me. Like I said, I originally started with just the one, and I mounted it behind my head in the helicopter, and I will show you some of the attachments I have, but I mounted this one here, and then as I started to build this YouTube channel, I bought the second GoPro, and this way I could see my face and I could see the conversation, which is also valuable. So I keep all of my helicopter filming gear in this black case, and this black case came with a bunch of accessories as well as the case, and it was like $30 on Amazon. I will link to it in the description below. I'm not getting paid for it, but it's been everything I need it to be. So let me show you what I have in here. So in this small little bag, I just keep all of the extra stuff. Now, one thing that I really benefited from is a suction cup. The suction cup mounts to the windshield or wherever you want it. I keep it inside. I don't really like mounting anything on the outside of the helicopter because I'm just fearful that it's gonna fall off or it's gonna fall into the tail rotor. But I'll mount this to the windshield, and then it's just got a regular GoPro adapter mount, and this is the one I primarily use for my face cam. But this accessory kit comes with all kinds of stuff. This is primarily what I use for the camera back here. So it's just a big alligator clip, and it's just got the GoPro attachment right there, and I will just find something to clip this back behind here. Typically it's the headset hook thing in the Robinson helicopters. In the Cabaret, I haven't really looked because I've just been so busy flying it that I haven't really looked at how I'm gonna film it. But the nice thing about this, the Amazon kit for like 30 bucks is there's just all of these different mounting options, and I have never had a problem finding some way to mount it. So both the alligator clip and the suction cup are reusable, and it's not those sticky mounts. And at some of the schools I've worked at and where I went to school, in certain circumstances they were okay with me using like these sticky pads and like actually mounting it to the helicopter. Sometimes they're not going to be okay with that, so the reusable options are really helpful. Now, so what I use to capture audio is this cable from my Pilot store. I will link to this down below. I think it's called the U174 Helicopter Attachment GoPro Adapter, and how this works is this plugs into the helicopter female adapter. This is the male adapter. It plugs into the female part of the helicopter. That goes directly into the helicopter. And then you plug your headset into this little black thing. So this is specifically designed for helicopters. My headset, my Bose headset, and everything I do is helicopter related, so I don't have any of the fixed wing stuff. Now, they do have a fixed wing version of this, but so this goes into the helicopter, my headset goes into this, and then that's it. And then on the other end of the cord right here, let me scoot up, I'll show you. This is the other end. So on this side, it's USB Type-C. Now, this USB Type-C just goes perfectly into the GoPro. Really easy, you can plug it in both ways. And then this is just like a rubber attachment that they give you. Let me pull this off. But this rubber attachment just comes off, and the purpose of it is just to keep the MP3 cord going into the adapter. So this comes out. Now what's on the end of this adapter is a USB Type-C input and the microphone input. So this goes into the camera, and then this MP3 goes in here, and then you have an additional USB Type-C input over here. So I usually run this to my main camera back here, and I'll plug that in there, and that's that. And that can just go up, and then I'll figure out a way to do some wire management, and then plug this into the helicopter, and then my headset into that little black dongle thing. Then I'll do some cable management just so it's not a problem. Now let me talk to you about this thing. So this is USB Type-C that comes in and out of the GoPro really easily. This MP3 thing. Now, one thing that I tried, I've actually never had problems with this. Just make sure everything is like plugged in and that your connections are all made. One thing that I tried is I have this little dongle that can connect to my iPhone. So through my iPhone's Lightning adapter, it's got this little like headphone dongle. I was wondering if I could get GoPro video into my phone, and I was not able to. It didn't work. So if you're trying to do that, I didn't have any luck with that, but maybe there is another way around it. But this setup works really good for GoPros, and it's designed for GoPros. Now the only con with this system is this is quite expensive. I think it's more than $100. It may be closer to $150. But the thing is, I get really crystal clear audio, and I get ATC audio, and I don't get any wind noise. Now, one solution that I have seen to capture in-flight audio cheaper than this cord is, you see this microphone I'm wearing, this lapel microphone? What you can do is, so one thing that I have seen is if you have your headset on, you can take this microphone and put the microphone inside the ear cup, and then it gets the intercom and it gets ATC. However, that solution didn't work good for me, and the audio quality was kind of trash, and I didn't benefit from that. So I thought just like the real stuff works really good. I've never had a bad problem with it, and I've actually bought 2 of these from my Pilot store. The first one was wrong, and they returned it for free. I've always had a great experience with them, so if you're looking to buy it, use that. Now, just to review, to make sure I didn't miss anything, I used the GoPro Hero 8s, 2 of them. I'll start filming them both at the same time, and then I'll clap a couple times. And then while I'm editing, I can just link those claps together, and that makes it super easy. So one thing I did forget to mention is that these GoPros, I mean, maybe I just have old GoPros or I'm working them really hard, but I can maybe get 50-ish minutes to an hour of flight time, and then they die, which is really annoying. So the really nice thing about this adapter from my Pilot store, which I kind of alluded to, is the other side, they've got that microphone input, but they also have another USB Type-C input. So what I'll do is I'll plug this cable in here, in there, and then I'll take just a battery bank that's got like, I don't know how big this one is, but 2100 milliamps, plug that in, and then I can plug this into the camera, and then I'm charging the camera and getting audio, and I've got 2 of these going to both cameras. And then I can record as long as my cross-country flight is, or I can get a pretty long flight in, and then my cameras don't die, and I'm getting audio, so it works really good. The cameras sometimes get hot, but I've never had a problem with overheating. The only problem is you're just dealing with a lot of wire management, and in a helicopter, that's really important that you do wire manage properly. You don't want those cables getting into some of your controls or potentially causing an electric fire. You just gotta be careful and be smart about how you're wiring things and how you're storing things. 2 GoPro Hero 8s. I use the battery packs. I have the My Pilot store cable that works really good. I edit it in post after I clap, and it's a system that's worked really good for me. Now it looks kind of cumbersome and a little bit expensive, but maybe the whole setup cost me like $500 to $1,000, and that's with both cameras and all the micro USB cards. I kind of do this like for YouTube, and I really enjoy it and I have fun with it, so I've spent a little bit more. But honestly, you could just start with I bought like an off-brand camera from Amazon, and that worked really good, and then I stepped it up to the GoPros just to increase my quality. And you could do it with just one. You don't even need the cable, but I really recommend the cable. And as an instructor, like when I tell my students they should film their flights, I tell them to get the cable, because there's so much information that the instructor says that just goes in one ear and out the other ear while you're trying to fly. So it's really good to go back afterwards and re-watch the flight and get that audio. So that's my in-flight camera setup. If you have any questions about it, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this video, smash the like button, and I will see you guys on Sunday. Take care.